Hey Reject Nation, how you doing? It's Greg Alba here.
And I'm John.
So while we were at a screening of Red Sparrow, review coming out this weekend, man. If you haven't seen our Stardust one to get an idea of what I think of the film.
Top 10!
This news article dropped on every movie news site about Tarantino's next movie, the one that surrounds the Sharon Tate incident. Tarantino released a title and a logline and two of the main stars here. Ooh. Two stars being DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, but more on that in a second. This film is going to be called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And you know he likes his like Sergio Leone things. Once Upon a Time in America. The story that takes place in LA in 1969 at the height of hippie Hollywood. Two lead characters are Rick Dalton DiCaprio, former star of a Western TV series, and his longtime stunt double, Cliff Booth. Both are struggling to make it into Hollywood they don't recognize anymore. But Rick has a very famous next-door neighbor, Sharon Tate. Why is the logline written like that?
I don't think it's written to evoke the intonation with which you read it, but I get...
Are you sure about that? Former star of a Western TV series and his longtime stunt double. Both struggling to make it in Hollywood, in a younger Hollywood. Little do they know they have a next-door neighbor.
Alright, fair.
Come on, it kind of reads like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, now that you put it that way, I get what they were probably going for, but now all I hear is that.
It might have been because I once had an idea that was a comedy action film about an action hero who gets kidnapped one day and is like stunt double of 15 years decides to go save him and become a real life action hero.
Oh yeah, I remember that story. I didn't even write that.
That's what comes into mind when I hear that plot synopsis. I think it's interesting that this is what the story is based around, because everyone's talking about it as like the Charles Manson movie, the Sharon Tate movie, but it's like, who the hell are these guys? These real people? I haven't even looked that up. Are these guys real? Rick Dalton?
I feel like probably not.
Rick Dalton, actor. One credit from 1937. He's real. He's a real guy.
He's probably
full name's Richard. This is giving Tarantino the chance to do another historical fiction type of piece. I mean, it's not historical in the sense of like a war movie, but this is a historical event that did happen in the 60s. This is still such a sensitive film, though, despite how I goofily read that log line. This film itself, this is a sensitive subject, controversial subject. Supposedly, the character of Roman Polanski is supposed to be in this film, too.
Oh, boy.
And I wonder how he's going to handle that, especially after, you know, all that stuff with Tarantino and the set of Kill Bill. And then the Howard Stern interview resurfaced with him pretty much defending Polanski. Like, I heard the whole thing, and it did not sound good on his end. Granted, the interviews from forever ago, but it's still like, this doesn't sound good. I don't really know Tarantino to be the guy who, like, changed his mind on that.
It's a bad look of a 1-2 punch for sure. I don't know where the court of public opinion stands on Tarantino at this moment.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think we're still fine with him.
Definitely problematic AF fave. We'll say that, because you know Tarantino's gonna be into some problematic stuff. I like his movies a lot, and even I am a little bit like, ooh, please handle the Manson stuff with poise. Like, I feel like he can. I worry a little.
The cool part about this, guys, let's not forget, it's DiCaprio and Brad Pitt starring side by side in a Tarantino movie.
And that's
awesome. Maybe Tom Cruise. Don't know what role that he's been approached for. It might have been one of these two roles, which is funny because there's that Mission Impossible 2 thing. Tom Cruise and Tom Cruise. Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Ben Stiller. In fact, when you started describing...
You should have got Tom Cruise and Ben Stiller to be in it.
Don't worry, the next one. The next
that
film.
Would have been a great one. And Margot Robbie supposedly being courted to play Sharon Tate. I mean, that would be freaking stellar. But just alone, DiCaprio and Brad Pitt starring side by side in a Tarantino film, that sounds awesome. I feel like they might have done a movie together, DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, but there's definitely not a movie where it's like they're the stars, them two. Yeah. That alone gets me excited because, you know, there's like that era of like Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, DiCaprio, you know, those Hollywood white boys. Yeah. So them coming together is something I'm very excited about. And DiCaprio hasn't done a movie since The Revenant. And so I think a great way to come back onto the scene is with a Tarantino film, especially because everyone really felt he got really gypped for Django Unchained, man. I imagine Brad Pitt being the the stunt double will probably be more of a funnier type of role. I'm just really curious what Tarantino's approach is going to be with this movie, man, because it's such a sensitive subject. But all the crap that Tarantino's been getting lately, even though Uma Thurman's been like, yeah, we're actually really cool now. Diane Kruger was like, yeah, I said choke me hard. Whatever she said.
She seemed at least to be okay with what was going on and willing to go along with it.
I would love for him to work with like Christian Bale too. And,
that'd be awesome.
If you get DiCaprio, pick Christian Bale and Tom Cruise, that'd be the coolest movie ever.
Oh man, Tarantino just has to make his Ocean's movie at that point.
Oh man, we're making such a good Ocean's movie.
He would, like, if Tarantino retired from making Tarantino movies and just decided to make like fun movies, I would kill to see his Oceans.
I'm curious to see what he does with this. Hateful Eight seemed like kind of divisive. It seemed like most people are more on the positive spectrum for that movie, especially critical wise. I like it. It's not my favorite Tarantino film, but I really like it. World War II, there's a lot more creative freedom I think you could do there. You could tell a like fictitious story within a World War II setting.
Well, no one's
This is a very specific thing with documentary footage of these people and all that, you know?
Nobody's gonna get overly anal about you changing history and killing Hitler. They probably will be very upset if you manhandle such a grim, gruesome, and tragic, real scenario. Like those people, some of those people are still alive.
It's a much more touchy subject.
Yeah. I think he's definitely capable of taking that on. My best hope is, the part of me that does love Tarantino movies hopes that he's just matured enough to tell this tale.
Yeah. It's all about a guy
with big dick.
All right, guys. Well, are you excited for the pairing of DiCaprio and Pitt? Put it in the comment boxes. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell to get notified every time one of our vids is up. And check us out on Patreon. Full-length music video and TV show reactions over there, including me doing Attack on Titan, The Flash. We cover Black Lightning together. We started covering My Hero Academia. He's doing Riverdale, Runaways. There's probably more to come. Keep a lookout.